Okay, I am live. This is great time. Okay, there is at least one person here. So you'll get to hear my Russian accent. It is great time. Hello, everybody out in Squirrel Land. I am legendary squirrel hunter, Squirrel Daddy King, and I have legendary uh, presence here in Squirrel Woods. I am known for taking shot with a rifle on the shoulder, through mirror, 100-yard way, make eye shot every time. Every time. I will show you how to become a legend. You hang around. It will be no problem. You will say, this guy, he teach me to be excellent squirrel hunter. It is fantastic. Fantastic. I said, I will buy his course every time because he is great instructor. Ain't it 8? Ain't it 8 o'clock? It's 8 o'clock Eastern time. Last I checked. All right. So, how was the Russian? Did the Russian work out? Not everybody got to see the Russian, so I'm going to have to do some intermittent Russian throughout the programming tonight. 7 o'clock in Missouri. That big old MO. We love it. Did you move into that motel? No, well, I'm here for a week on business. I got an exam to take on Friday, so I got to find something to do with my off time. You know what I mean? All right, somebody else digging the Russian. Yes, I will show you. I can show you how to shoot 1022. No, I am sorry. I said wrong one. 1022. No, I cannot show you how to shoot that accurately. I will have to show you how to use CZ because this is from Mother Russia. Okay, and I will show you that you can shoot. I can take full power scope and make headshot on squirrel 400 yard. No problem. Remington Thunderbolt. No problem. I will show you. And yeah, study hall's gonna come tomorrow. So yeah, off times for off things. You know what I mean? Squirrel Master's feeling pretty good today. Feeling pretty good. A little hot in North Carolina. We're looking forward to October-like temperatures soon, but September's gonna roll around the bend and cool us off a little bit. And October will be here for you know it. We're about 7 weeks out for squirrel season. Chomping at the bit. This is like hi, my name's Squirrel Daddy Kane, and I can't stop thinking about squirrel hunting. This is that meeting. Bunch of chairs around in a circle, everybody talking about squirrel hunting. Our squirrel season starts October 15th this year, runs all the way through February 28th. Wife checking in on the phone saying I'm crazy for going live again. She understands the squirrel hunting problem. For sure. So whatever you want to chat about tonight, bring it on. I am in the seed industry. I work with seeds on a daily basis. That's what I do. It is not lucrative, but it affords me the opportunity to take time off. Yes, I do have a mixture of grays and foxes in my area, but foxes are located in a particular corner of my county. But the big area that has fox squirrels in my area, or big game land that has fox squirrels in my area, is about 2 hours southwest of me. Oh, the gray squirrel's going to be the better tasting. The fox squirrels are a little gamier, and the bigger they are, the tougher to meat. I'd take a young gray over a fox squirrel, definitely. The Russian side of me will be fox squirrel all the time. I kill fox squirrel skin in woods and eat it raw because I am a Russian. I am Vladimir Squirrel Daddy King. If Brad chimes in, he's going to love this. He says I should do some Russian on camera this year. I'm going to try it. All fox squirrels in central Kansas. And those are those grayish, reddish fox squirrels like Ohio has, Virginia has. I like those. They seem to be like grays, but much more plentiful than our fox squirrels. Our fox squirrels are very territorial. I think I want to say maybe 4 will inhabit a 2-acre area, and that's a lot because they're highly territorial. I'd definitely like to try a Kansas fox squirrel hunt. I think y'all's limit is 5 per day unless it's been changed. Yes, I am. I am Camp Hotel right now because I can't get Wi-Fi at the house. If you watched any other live streams this week, you find that I have cable opportunity or internet opportunity 400 foot in just about each direction, but they want $24,000 to run the cables to the house. I can buy optics, CZ452s, ammo, vehicles, college funding, retirement funding. I can do all kinds of stuff for $24,000. I don't need Wi-Fi that bad. Oh, ding ding! I get bonus points for knowing Kansas limit. This because I am expert squirrel hunter. If you didn't know, okay, you will love me. I am legend. What? Let me ask a question to Mr. Kansas. What is typical food sources in Kansas for your fox squirrels? You got a mixture of oaks. Y'all got hickories. Is this something completely different than that, like walnuts? What are we talking about? Missouri, I know you got a problem with pecans. They seem to be a prevalent crop in that state. If you go to Squirrel Hunting Journal for recipes, the only one I have on the channel right now is squirrel and gravy, and that turned out okay. I'm not a fantastic gravy maker. I am going to plan, if I have opportunity and time, to shoot a Brunswick stew video. The Brunswick stew I made last year turned out excellent. So I'm going to try to put that on film for about a 10 or 12-minute video. But if you go to Squirrel Hunting Journal on the homepage and scroll down to the bottom, it will link you to Mickey's game recipe page. And he has got some excellent recipes on his page. Walnuts. So like black walnuts, or is there another variety of walnut? Black walnut trees are native here, but they're not thickly native. They're not like white oaks or red oaks or border oaks like we have around here. Black walnuts, yep, we definitely got those. Yeah, the Brunswick stew I made last year was stellar. I was really impressed with how it turned out. So I would like to lay that video down, and I've got some squirrels that need to come out of the freezer and get put to use. So I probably would need to do that before August ends because my September is booked. Right, votes for the Brunswick stew. Maybe I'll put my squirrel beard on and my camouflage fedora when I do that video. Probably not, but I do like to stroke the comedian thing. Making people smile, whether it makes me look like a dork or not, is okay with me. I enjoy seeing the smile. Yeah, fried and pan seared is kind of hard to beat. If you make it right and it turns out tender, that's good eating. There's no doubt. Especially those hindquarters and the tenderloins. You cut that section of tenderloin and backstrap off in the middle. It's almost kind of like eating a rib, a section of a rib, something like a pork rib or a beef rib. The squirrel stew consisted of, I won't say it had lima beans in it, corn, green beans, diced potatoes, It was tomato based, which is Brunswick stew is in North Carolina. It usually has chicken and beef as a meat, but you can sub the squirrel in totally. All right, you got a 455. I hope it's an accurate 455. Some of them tend to be a little on the not accurate side, so hopefully you got one of the ones that's a gem, and you'll be able to lay some squirrels down with it this year. There's not much like running a accurate, smooth operating CZ. I do love my CZs. You won't be many times you find me in the woods without one. Move that leg there. What's your ammo of choice? Let me make sure I get that name right, Mr. Redley. What is your ammo of choice? Or have you shot the CZ enough to find out what ammo is the best? Anybody else want to chime in? Jump in with your questions, jump in with your thoughts. Go for it. Like I said, this is a therapy group. We are here to talk squirrel hunting. Varmint barrel model. Wow, that's going to be on the heavy side, but that's okay. Yeah, yo, Dave, if it's between 3 and 4 pounds, we shoot between, well, LeBrad likes his a whole lot lighter than I do mine. I'm a 1 1/4 to 1 3/4 pound trigger guy. Ely match. Wow. You're shooting some high quality ammo, sir. I'm assuming Ely match has also got the EPS tip. That means it's flat, me-plat light with a little nipple in the middle. If that's the case, that's an excellent round because it's highly accurate. And from what I heard out of Ely is that Ely match is Ely 10X that doesn't meet 10X specifications. So it drops down to the next level and it gets called match. One ragged hole at 25 yards. You know, a lot of guys sight their guns in at 25 and they're happy with that. You really get to wring the accuracy out and tell how well your 22 does when you step out to 50. I'm not dogging the fact that you're sighting in at 25 yards, but you really get to see its true potential at 50. But it'll do what you want it to do at 25, and most of your shots are under 40. No reason not to sight in at 25. Save the ammo. Because we find that the more you sight in at 50, the more ammo you're going to burn through, making sure you're shooting that perfect group before you go afield. Yeah, Ely match is good ammo, really good ammo. I find that Ely Edge shoots probably equally as good, and it's a little bit cheaper. But we've been real impressed with Ely Subsonic. You know, as far as running it, it has shown great accuracy. It's priced fairly. Brownells, if you can find a $10 coupon for them and over 100's free shipping, you probably can get a couple bricks for about $69 a brick, $70 a brick. I remember during Ammogeddon paying $90 and $100 a brick for it, so it's a welcome price reduction. If you're going to look for 452, I don't know if Wholesale Hunter has them anymore, but I bet Whitaker Guns in Kentucky still has some. So if you got an FFL that will transfer in, look for Whitaker Guns. They may be hard to get through on the phone, but now you can purchase online, and I think their firearm shipping is free. Last I saw, they were $4.49 a piece. Ammogeddon for sure, man. We had Ammogeddon and you couldn't find squirrel ammo. That was tough times. Ely Target. Is that orange box or yellow box? Because one of them's Club and one of them's Target. And I don't keep up with their lower line because I've had such great success with SK Standard Plus that I don't look anywhere else but that when it comes to shooting a matchish grade 22 ammo. It's something that I use to waltz die to hollow point, and it's a warm season ammo for me. One, because of the lubricity that is on the cases. If you start getting cold, it starts getting Vaseline-like. And two, SK tends to show a little bit of cold issue at 40 to 45 degrees. I'll start to have some accuracy issues due to cold tolerance. Hey, if you got a good shooting 455, roll with it. Roll with it. That's great. I like the bolt operation a little better on the 455. It seems to me like it breaks in a little faster. The changeable barrel aspect is not for me, but you know, some people like it. It's nice if you get a crap barrel. It's very, very simple to upgrade barrel. If you do that on 452, you're gonna have to look for somebody who's able to thread the chamber end of the barrel so that you can thread it back into the receiver. Yellow box. Yeah, SK Standard Plus, if you can find it on a deal. Graf and Sons, last I checked, had it for $4.99 for 50. And that's a pretty good price for that ammo. I remember back during Ammogeddon, we bought a case for about $636. So you're looking at 63, almost $64 a brick. So it's down since then. Yeah, I'm in the camp of with the barrel change. I'll just buy another gun. I don't want to redope. Just give me another gun. SK Standard Plus. That is the correct term. SK Standard Plus. It should come in a black box with gold writing. Matter of fact, you know what? I might be able to put a link in the chat. Give me a second to run this. If I can type. Ding ding! If it'll take a web address, I'll be able to get you some intel right in the chat box. Oh yeah, we can paste. Ding ding! All right, Nate Bone Buster becoming a tech head. But don't forget, I am a Russian instructor. I am a legend. I can do it all. It's no problem. Even if I don't have internet connection, I can still do live chat. This is how awesome instructor I am. Anything cheaper than Ely Match? Oh yeah. What, 50 a box? That's just my guess. Ely subs are going to be impressive for the price. I think Ely Match and Ely 10X are lubed differently than Ely Subsonic. And I have heard that the Ely Match and the Ely 10X, their lead makeup is a different alloy of lead. That's straight from Ely. But, you know, metallurgy ain't my expertise. Ooh. Down to only one person. Come on now. This is squirrel hunting therapy. It must have been my Russian that turned some folks off. Another thing I use, if you've got an iPhone, iStreetLock. If I'm taking shots like I did this year, 87, 90, and 100-yard confirmed kills, I used iStreetLock every one of those times, so I knew my holdover. I can't do that kind of math in my head. Where is everybody at? My Twitter poll results said 8 o'clock was the time to live chat. I can't leave myself sitting here long without running my mouth. I got to do that. That's what folks showed up for. Do know one thing, the air conditioning ain't working in this hotel room. It's getting hot. Cool. If you got any more, let's chat. Let's talk it up. What optic are you running on your 455? How about that? You a 3 to 9 guy, or you got something a little more powerful? Because 3 to 9, two of my favorites are Nikon EFR and Clear Ridge. Primary arms forward. How do you like first focal plane versus second focal plane? The fact that you're down at 4 power, you should be able to see crosshairs inside your scope and be able to see glass between the edge of the scope and the edge of the crosshair. How do you like that? That just seems odd to me. Because I'm a second focal plane person. However, if you've got your dope right for first focal plane, I think the way I understand it is however you crank it up, it doesn't matter. Your drops are still the same. Oh, wow. You hate looking through second focal plane now. Huh, that's interesting. That is interesting because Athlon's offering a lot of FFP stuff, and that would be beneficial. That I wouldn't have to access iStreetLock as much as I do, but it doesn't really matter because I usually it's downloaded to the phone, so it's not a big deal. Well, that's a good thing. That's good to hear. Because I've been considering trying something FFP, but I just hadn't. I hadn't got to the point where I'm ready to jump ship. What's your longest kill on a squirrel? How about that? How about answers out there in squirrel hunting land? What's your longest squirrel kill? Good. You use StreetLock. You get it. That's a sweet app. That Russian fella really knew his business, but he'll learn from me. I teach him how to write algorithm for this app. Yes, this because I'm a legend. I remember. I am instructor. Haven't got to it right. You just got your 455. How about in years past with a rifle, or do you not have previous squirrel hunting experience? On text LeBrad James and let him know I'm live. Oh, your granddad's Marlin Model 60, classic squirrel hunting rig. Grew up hunting with one of those. Classic gun. And unlike the 1022, it has last shot hold open. However, the new TC 22, I guess, I'm not really keeping up with it. I shouldered one the other day. It has last shot hold open. I like that. I do like that. Would design work suppressed? That gun was actually threaded. I don't know. 1022s for me don't work suppressed. So the heck with a 1022. I need a gun that's going to run every time. All right. Come on with your questions. We're going live. We've been live for about 25 minutes now. So if you got squirrel hunting questions, jump in. Don't stop, Mr. Kansas. If something hits your mind, go for it. I'm going to be here for a little bit. Agreed. I agree that bolt action's slow to shoot her down. That iconic running of the bolt to me is something I love. There's just something about it. It's like running a big game rifle. Uh-oh. Brad James is on a Target run. I can guarantee you he's not in the sporting goods section at Target because what exists is about one aisle and you got some camping stuff, and to call it camping stuff is kind of a joke. Come on, LeBrad James. I need my squirrel hunting cohort, my cameraman guru. Of course, I had to teach him how to run the camera. That was a struggle when we first started hunting together. Having a dedicated cameraman makes a squirrel hunting channel work better. That's a great comment. Yeah, I think they do. I just think they do it differently than we might approach it. Oh, that is good. It's about time to kill a deer. I'm about out of that quarry. I need a little deer burger to cover myself over the winter. So 2 days before squirrel season opens, rifle season opens for deer. So I'm probably going to try to get my daughter out there to tag a doe so that we can burger her up and have her ready to go. I do appreciate the viewership on my channel, though. I really do. Started filming those squirrel hunts just for, memory wise. That's basically what we do it to look back on, to enjoy. I started watching squirrel hunting videos and going, I don't exactly like what I see. I'd rather see more of something I want to produce. So I bought a couple cameras on eBay and give it a whirl. Why not? Deer rifle of choice. That's a good question. I started with a Winchester Model 70. I do not like a 3-position bolt safety. I got rid of that pretty quick. And then I went to a Browning A-Bolt 2 because a Remington 700 that I was looking for was sold out at the time. And I have gone from 270 down to 243 in a Savage, and 25-06 and a Browning X bolt. I love the 60-degree bolt throw on the Brownings. I'm not so keen on the higher bolt throw on the Savage, but I do like the Weather Warrior series in Savage. It's cost effective and accurate. They're accurate rifles. And I went down in caliber because I'm a recoil sissy. I would prefer lighter peels and less recoil. So in 243, I've shot as little as 85 grain for deer, up to 100s, and I shoot 110s in the 25-06. Savage Axe, wow. Yep, I hand load too. I have just started getting into that. I don't have a place to test rounds like I would like to, but I'm loading a 65 grain Sierra for 223 for my daughter, and for 243 it's 100 grain nozzle partition, and 25-06 it's 110 grain AccuBond. I love AccuBonds. I think it's one of the best bullets on the market. .22-250. I'm assuming you could shoot a 65 grain Sierra, which is what they make for deer. Specifically speaking with Sierra, that's what they make, and anything for the 223 will run in 22-250, and you got a whole lot more case capacity, so you could probably push that bullet to 3,400 feet a second. Depends on your twist, though. If your twist rate is a 1 in 12, a 65 may not stabilize, but if it's a 1 in 9 or something like that, you shouldn't have any trouble. Right. Yep, 55 grains. I've got some of those loaded also. And to shoot AR 500 steel with them versus a VMAX or Blitz King or something like that, the Sierra, the 1365, will put a crater at 100 yards in AR 500 steel. I didn't realize you would need AR 550 steel for that. 22 250 is a screamer. That is a fast round. Yeah, I have been impressed with Sierra. I didn't get real good results out of the Blitz Kings, but that may be because I'm shooting a 1-8 and a 1-9. And then one of my ARs is a 1-7. So that may be the problem. They're 55 grain Blitz Kings. I've got some A Maxes by Hornady. I've got some 53 and 55 grain V Maxes. And that's something more groundhog style. 112, yeah, 112. That's a slow twist. So smaller peels are going to stabilize better. What's your powder of choice? Anybody else in the crowd? We ain't just starting reloading. If you want to talk squirrels, jump into comments. I'm taking any questions. Well, any questions that I deem permissible. Now, we'll also answer in Russian if you like, because where I am from, I am a legend, and they enjoy this way I talk, and yeah, I try. Okay, you will love me. For 223, I've been trying H335. I have some Exterminator, and I picked up a couple pounds of Benchmark the other day at a gun show for $20 a pound. I thought that was a steal. For 2506, I used Reloader 22, and for 243, I used IMR 4350. I'm probably gonna hang around for an hour and 15, maybe an hour and 30, something like that. I'm just hanging out, man. Everybody on Twitter, well, the 5 people that responded to the poll, I had a 60% ratio for the 8 o'clock hour, so that's why I jumped on. So I'll be here for a little bit. You gonna try to drum up some business, or you got to go take care of something, and then you're coming back? Oh. Anybody feel free to jump in. Where you at, Mo TV? Where you at, Missouri? Don't just be waiting back in the wings. I know you got something to talk about. Oh. Been a long week. And it's about to be over with. And that just means we're 1 week closer to squirrel season. Looking forward to some cooler temperatures and some reduction in foliage and getting some shots off in the squirrel woods. I don't have any experience with the Axis, so I don't know. The model I have is a 10FCSS, I think. It's one of their Weather Warrior series, so it's an older model. So I don't know much about the Axis. I'd say if it's got an AccuTrigger and a Tang safety, you probably won't go wrong. I love 243. I used to think it was a wimpy cartridge in high school, but that was due to my ignorance. I had no idea. Now I prefer to shoot them with the smallest peel that I can. There's less recoil involved. There's less cost involved. The benefits are enormous. I mean, A big deer in our area is 200 pounds. Average deer in our area are 150. Does might range 110 to 120. You don't need a 7 mag. You don't need a 300 Win mag. You don't need a 338. You don't need a 416. 7mm 08, 25-06, 257, 260. Plenty enough for deer around here. You can't compensate for your lack of accuracy with a increase in bullet size. Because if you're scared of the recoil, you're going to miss, or you're going to make a marginal hit and have to track the deer. And just because a 300 Win mag has a 180 grain projectile or 200 grain projectile, if you hit them in the back ham, it's not going to put them down any quicker. I'd rather make a very, very accurate shot with a small peel than I had be off with a big peel. Yep, shot placement is everything. Totally agree, and that's true with the 223. You definitely have to be more accurate the smaller you go. But I think 243 you can make a liver hit, one lung hit, and you're probably going to collect your game depending upon what bullet you choose. I'm not talking something like a PowerPoint or a core lock. That's something I use to get on paper. I much prefer a premium bullet. AccuBond. They do make an AccuBond in 243 now. The tipped triple shock or the triple shock from Barnes is a good choice. 100 grain partition, there's nothing wrong with that. I think they make a 95 grain AccuBond now, and I'm a fan of the AccuBonds. True, there's a whole lot more variety in ammo these days, even for somebody who doesn't hand load. You may pay premium prices, but buy yourself that $15 to $18 box of PowerPoints and get on paper with it, and then sight in with your good stuff. Don't waste your good rounds to get on paper. Plus, if you do hand load and you shoot the crap rounds, you got more brass to reload. So yes, I'm a fan of the 243 for sure. I think if I had 25-06 to do over again, I probably would have gone 7mm 08 because I'm a fan of a short throw versus a long throw. I just prefer not to run that bolt any further than I have to. And yes, we have deviated to reloading chat, but if you got squirrel questions, jump in with them. Squirrel hunting accessories. Why the CZ 452 is my favorite firearm as far as squirrel hunting goes. I'd love to try a Seiko quad. I'd like to try that. I'd love to try an Anschutz 1710 or 1712. I'd even love to try the Jackson Squirrel Hunter from Cooper. But for $2,400, I can buy an automobile. I have a hard time spending that type of money on a deer rifle. Future plans for the channel. I don't really have mega plans. It was all organic from the start. It was all, hey, we enjoy doing this. We enjoy filming these hunts. Maybe other people would like to watch this type of programming. Nowhere on the outdoor channel, the sportsman channel, any of those places do you rarely see squirrel hunt. The Jackie Bushman show might show the squirrel hunter challenge or something, but that's with air rifles, and that don't interest me. Springer air rifles to me is not very accurate, so give me a 22. So we're going to film some this year. It probably won't be as intense as it was last year. I think I'm going to save a majority of the filming for later in the season when more of the foliage is off, and so the camera work is better. I'm definitely going to film my daughter some more this year because I plan on getting her out there more. She's starting to become a little more seasoned behind the rifle, so I look forward to putting some more of her stuff on film for her future children to see at some point in time. I'd love to have past video of myself squirrel hunting back in the day. The article that I wrote over at the journal, planting the seeds of squirrel hunting, was something that I'd love to have some video to go back on. I got a cousin. He's not in the audience, I don't think, right now, but he was big into video cameras back when we started squirrel hunting. So he had some footage of us when we were much younger. I'm not sure if he filmed over it or if he's lost it. I keep asking him about it. He can't get it to me. If I could find some way to obtain that footage and edit it, I would throw it up on the channel, because that's really where we started. That's really where we started things, was letting him film. So I'll do the cooking video from time to time. I'll do a shooting video. I'm trying to get some more scope reviews out of there, because the Bushnell Ultra HD has fallen out of favor. That's discontinued. Nikon is making a new EFR. If you weren't aware, Nikon's no longer going to sell in the wholesale chain. So if you don't deal directly with them, i.e. as in a Midway or a Brownells dealing direct with Nikon, you won't be able to sell Nikon products unless you deal directly with them. I don't like that, but I ain't in charge of their management. So there's some stuff shaking around in the optic industry, and I'm always looking for the perfect squirrel scope, and I'm testing things out where I can. If you don't want to go above 14 power and could have gotten your hands on an Ultra HD for the money, they were impressive at $225. When they closed them out at $149, it was like I'm giving them away. They're just for the quality of the glass, the capability to be able to range and a side focus on a lightweight 1-inch scope with a sunshade. Wow, it's a great optic. No, I'm not in Missouri, or unless you're not talking to me. I'm North Carolina. Squirrel chili. That's interesting. I'm so used to my chilies being with ground beef or ground venison, so it'd be interesting to see how that turns out, because it's going to be it's almost going to be like boiled chicken, picking it off the bone. Yeah, I'm North Carolina. I've never been further west than Texas, never further north than Virginia, never further south than Florida. Don't get around much. But I have hunted Virginia. Shenandoah Mountains are beautiful and loaded with fox squirrels. But they got the memo from the North Carolina squirrels that we were en route, and they went into hiding. I haven't hunted Tennessee. I'd like to. I've been invited to Mississippi. That's a long way from home. Arkansas, that's a long way from home. Alabama. It's just finding the time and the coin to be able to take that type of trip. But I'd love to try some different places. We've got a guy here that's taking the exam with us. He's from Utah, and he said that Keobab squirrels that have migrated from Colorado into Utah are there. I'd like to go after a Keobab. Go to KC. That's a guy I was talking to recently in Arkansas. Their limit is 15 a day. Wow, y'all got an infestation if y'all can kill 15 a day. We can only kill 8, but we have no season limit. It used to be 75 per year. I'm taking a seed exam. I'm in the seed industry, so I'm taking something seed related that will certify me in germination. If it was so easy, I wouldn't have failed it the first 2 times. Of course, the second time I failed it by 1.93 points, and there was no consideration for giving me that extra little bit. But you got to have a 70% base in the written, and you got to have an 80% base in the practical. And if both of them combined don't equal 80%, then you fail. That's what happened to me. I had an 85% average, but since I didn't bypass 70 on the written portion, I failed. Good to see you in the audience tonight, Russell. You're Tennessee, ain't you? Tennessee. All right. Looks like we're getting some more viewership here. That's great. So if y'all got any questions about are you asking about the CZ455, or are you telling me you got one? Because if you got a shooter in it, hang on to it. They're equally as good. They're equally as good as a 452 if you get a shooter. If you happen to get a bum one, CZ standard at 50 yards is 1 inch, which is 2 MOA, which is not what I would consider an accuracy guarantee. So the option you have with a rifle like that is to be able to purchase an aftermarket barrel. I have not tried Whistle Pig, so I don't know anything about them. I think there's some good stuff going on with them. I do have a Feddersen. Fred will make sure you're happy if he sends you a crap barrel. And then you got Lilja, which you're looking at $450 just for the barrel. So for what you buy a rifle for, you have to buy another barrel for. I can't get behind that type of price. Schilling also makes a barrel for 455s, and Benchmark makes a barrel for 455s. Varmint edition. You know, I noticed with a varmint or putting a 30 millimeter scope on one of my pencil barrel 452s, it adds some weight, and ounces become pounds when you're in the woods. And I'm most of the time when we go in the mornings, it's a pick a spot, have a seat, wait to see what happens. If nothing happens between 30 and 40 minutes, we get up and move to another spot. Sometimes we move too soon. Sometimes we don't move quick enough. But I also like to just cruise through the woods slowly if I'm solo and pick them off as I see them. Russell, what is your ammo of choice in the varmint? In the CZ455 varmint, we got one guy in the crowd right now that's running a CZ455 and shooting Ely match. That's rather expensive, but it's telling you if it's accurate, it's like a deer load. You know, if you got a really accurate deer load, you can kill a deer at 500 yards with, and your match ammo, you can kill a squirrel at 100 yards with. You're not going to shoot that much that season. You might as well stick with that type of ammo. Ely subs was that my recommendation because I am expert instructor. You see, I talk in Russian. I will show you how to shoot squirrel with a rifle facing backwards using mirror. And you can hit squirrel in eye every time 100 yards because I will show you how. Okay? You will love it. And they will say, you are Tennessee squirrel hunting legend. Choice for 22 object. All right. Hey, I'm subscribed to you, cuz. I'm glad to see you joining in. You've got a great channel. Zerus. I don't know how to say it really, but you got a great channel. I enjoy your content, sir. My optic of choice for 22. Oh, if you mean just in general, I'm going to want something higher power. I want something higher powered than 3 to 9. If I could get the perfect squirrel hunting scope, a perfect 22 optic that wouldn't overweigh my gun, I'd go 4 to 24 if I could get it. Right now, my favorite scope on the market is a Clear Ridge Ultra XP 6020. If I am going to hunt early season, 3 to 9 will work. If I'm hunting late season where distances may stretch out to 100 yards, I got to have more power. Oh yeah, the EFR. EFR is one of my top picks for 3 to 9. SK Standard Plus is a great choice for CZs. If I can't get a CZ to shoot with the SK Standard Plus, something's not right. Something is not right. Average range for squirrels, generally they're taking between 20 and about 50 yards. Last year I killed one at 87, one at 90, and one at 100. And those were all late season kills, except for the 87. The 87 was a corn snatcher on a deer pile. So yeah, we took him out for that deer hunter. Oh, if it was so easy to invite and do some hunting, that would be great. Most of the private property I have access to, if you're in North Carolina, you have to have written permission, which is always great fun because you're only allowed to have your permission plus whoever else has to have that written permission. That's a pain. But we've got some pretty decent game lands. Sand Hills Hoffman Game Land. If you ever want to shoot a fox squirrel in our state, that is the place to go. It's 66,000 acres. It spans 3 counties, and you've got every variety of fox squirrel out there. Kentucky boys back for night 3 in a row. You definitely have a problem, sir. But welcome to the group because this is where we come to talk about our squirrel hunting problems. Do you need to use camo Sunday? That's the brilliant thing about squirrel hunting. Camo's not required. Squirrels got good eyes, but you don't have to have camo. I used to rag LeBrad James because he'd show up in a pair of jeans and a camo shirt. My grandpa never hunted in camo. He might put a camo rain jacket on or something like that. He never hunted in camo. And there's no need for scent control because the squirrels don't care what you smell like. It's awesome. Yes, everybody in this chat right now, I would say, is addicted to squirrels. What brand of optic am I trusting? I trust Nikon. Bushnell, I want to say I trust Bushnell, but they dropped the Legend Ultra HD, and I hate they dropped that scope. If I'd have been on their board, they wouldn't have been allowed to drop that scope unless they brought it back out. I like Citron. Citron, though, doesn't make a ranging reticle that's thick enough for me to use because the S-Tac with the M082, when it gets dark, you forget about finding that reticle. Great for target work, great for precision work. It's not a hunting optic. And I'm a ranging reticle kind of guy. I wish Nikon would go to a mil dot instead of their spot on. I don't like the open hole drop. It's not me. Clear Ridge. If you have not looked at Clear Ridge, and like I told folks the other night during the live, go to Clear Ridge, info at clearridgeoptics.com, and tell them you want their Optic Zone discount on Clear Ridge products. Ask for it. That's what I would do. I am trying to get Clear Ridge to offer their scopes at a discount for my viewership, and I'm struggling with it. So maybe if you roll over there and say, hey, we'd like to try one of your scopes, but how about giving us a little bit of help on the price? Maybe they will. Vortex. You know what? Vortex, to me, I have found that their eye relief is critical. And if my eye relief on my scope is critical, I don't like having to work my head like I'm an Egyptian or something. I just don't. I like to be able to throw that gun up, open my eye, and I have a clear view. I do like Weaver. Don't let me forget Weaver. The RV7 is great. The RV9 is great. The V16 and the V24 are good options. I've got a couple guns wearing those. I'm trying to think. Most of the other ones are wearing Ultra HDs. I want to like their Engage series. I went looking at that before I went to the S-Tac. But their reticle is too busy. Their MOA reticle, there's just too much going on. There's too many lines too close together. Now, if I could get Hawks half mil dot, in the Bushnell line, in the Engage line. Now I'd shoot that. Hawk's got critical eye relief. They're I don't know, they're $200 scope, 200, 250. I don't remember what line it is. Their high relief's too critical. I tried, it doesn't work. It don't work for me. I'd like for it to work because it's a cost effective scope. But for the money on a 3-9, it's hard to beat Nikon's glass. Nikon's glass is impressive. I just wish they would. I got a chance to put a little input in on Nikon's product line. Of course, from what I understand, if you go to designing a scope, it takes from a year to a year and a half to actually get it to market. So maybe Nikon will listen. I requested something 4-18 to 4-20 line with a range and reticle with please Nikon side focus that goes down past 50 yards. If you're a rimfire shooter, if you are a tree rat shooter, you are going to have times in the woods where you shoot at under 20 yards. It's just going to happen. Now, a lot of it's going to be misses, but if I've got a 50 bottom, even if I crank it down to 4 power, my target's still going to be blurry. It's not acceptable. Don't stop at 50. At least give me a minimum of 20 like Bushnell did on the Ultra HD. Pro staff on the 45-70. Probably a good choice. You carry a pistol for close shots. I did that for a while because what people seem to forget about taking a close shot is you're going to need to hold over. A lot of people like to hold under, but what you fail to remember is the fact that the scope is sitting 1 inch to 1.5 inches over the bore of the gun. So if you don't aim high, you'll never make the shot. And I'd rather take a shot at 50 yards every day than I had take a 10-yard shot on a squirrel with a rifle. Carrying a handgun, a Ruger Mark IV, Mark III, a Browning Bookmark, a Victory with iron sights is highly effective at 15 yards. Russell, you're dang right. You've missed too many at 10 yards. And it leaves you so aggravated because, okay, I just banged one at 35. I just banged one at 45. I missed one. I missed a chip shot at 10. How does that happen? It is highly aggravating. Yep, Preach is right. You've seen the miss montage. I could do a miss montage on just close shots with misses. But it's nice to be able to sling that rifle, draw that pistol, and make an accurate hit at 10 yards and have great confidence knowing you're gonna make that hit. Season opens this Saturday. It's pretty hot. It'll be raining. Oh, yeah. With the rain, that's going to cool it down a little bit. You know, squirrels tend to still be active in wet environments, rainy environments. I've noticed that for sure. It will give you the opportunity to be quieter moving around with the dampness in the woods. But it also gives them the opportunity to do the same thing, for them to move quietly. But it gives you an advantage if they're jumping. Yeah, I think Ruger hit it down the park by the 1-button takedown on their Mark IVs. That was